You're watching Game Show Network. Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Barbara Ware.
Number two.
My name is Barbara Ware.
And number three.
My name is Barbara Ware.
Only one of these people is the real Barbara Ware and has sworn to tell the truth. Let's meet our panel. Actor, author, and critic Rex Reed. Psychotherapist, writer, and fashion authority Stephanie Cook. The matchless host of The Match Game, Gene Rayburn. And surging star of stage and film, Sally Ann House. That's our panel. And here's the host of To Tell the Truth, Robin Ward.
Thank you so much. Thank you and welcome. And
ask for a raise based on that.
It's good to see you and welcome. And let's get right down and confront the problem presented by our first team of challengers, all three of whom claim to be Barbara Ware. And if you would follow along carefully, please, as I read this affidavit. I, Barbara Ware, have tried for 3 years to adopt a child. But all along, my husband and I have been turned down because we were overweight. Though we have no medical problems and are active in sports, the state decided that big was definitely not beautiful and claimed our weight was a hazard to our health. Finally, we decided to fight back. With the help of a local legislator, we were able to get the arbitrary and unfair weight restrictions overturned and make our way onto the list of approved couples. It may be another year before we can get our child, but for now it's enough to know that we have won out over a very narrow-minded bureaucracy. Signed, Barbara Ware. All right, panel, these three ladies all claim to be Barbara Ware, denied an adoptive child because of her weight. And let's start the questioning with Stephanie Cook.
Number two, what state did this take place in?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
You're from Pennsylvania. Do state laws in Pennsylvania also restrict other things because of weight?
Yes, we're having a great deal of trouble with discrimination in Pennsylvania.
In general. All right. Number three, which sports is it that you engage in?
Baseball, swimming.
You
basketball.
and your husband together?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, what was the reason that your state gave for having this weight requirement?
They said that being overweight would be a reason for me dying before the child was old enough to be on his own.
Thank you, Stephanie. We go to Gene Rayburn.
Yes, number three, what state, did you say you were from Pennsylvania?
No, I'm from Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. What agency governs adoption rules and regulations down there?
Well, I went to the social services in Florida.
Is that a...
We did not go to an agency because we couldn't afford it.
So this is a public institution?
Yes.
Number two, what state are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And number one, did you say you're from Pennsylvania also?
No, I'm from Wisconsin.
And who governs the adoption rules and regulations in your state?
It's called the Department of Health and Social Services.
Yes. Number three, to expedite it, have you considered losing weight?
I did lose weight. I lost 20 pounds, and I went back to the lady who was handling my case, and she told me that that was not enough.
Well, let's write her a letter.
We will, Gene. And let's go to Sally Ann House.
I would like to know, number three, when you were fighting this, did you look for a doctor's certificate to say that you were healthy?
We did get a doctor's certificate.
And you still got turned down? Was the
Yes.
same with you, number one?
Yes.
Two. I see. How long did this take you to fight this, number two?
We've been at this 3 years, but it was last February that it was finally overturned, and we're now on the approved list.
Number two, did you have was there any reason that you any adoption agency? I mean, you couldn't find one out of state?
The rules in Pennsylvania are very stringent about adopting a child from out of state. You have to be approved in both states.
Both states. I see.
Thank you, Sally Ann. We go to Rex Reed.
Number 2, did you go to any of your state senators for help?
Yes, that's exactly who did help us, which was Senator Bear.
Senator Bear. Number 3, do you know Senator Ed McIntyre in Florida?
No, I don't.
Number 1, did you try to go to a private adoption agency first?
Yes.
And there was no luck there either?
We didn't actually try to adopt through private agencies, but we checked them all out. Decided it was too much money.
Number 2.
Time is up, panel. Time now to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3. Whoever, in your opinion, is the real Barbara Ware. We pay $100 for each incorrect vote, and if our team of challengers stumps you totally, they will win $500. Are the ballots all marked, panel? Stephanie, for whom did you vote?
My reasons for voting have to do with the right level of anger toward the authorities, which I thought number 2 exhibited.
And Jean Rayburn, who got your vote?
Well, number 3 sounded as if she made a real effort to adopt the child and went through the trouble of losing weight, which is extremely difficult. We're all fighting the battle of the bulge. I know I am. So I voted for her for that reason.
And Sally Ann, who did you vote for?
Well, I think all 3 ladies are absolutely charming, and I found it very difficult, but for the same reasons as Jean, I voted for number 3.
And Rex, who got your vote?
Well, I don't think number 1 or number 3 look overweight. I mean, they look fine to me. Number 2 also had a lot of the right answers and seemed to know the name of her senator.
Okay, the ballots are all marked. Now we're going to find out who the real Barbara Ware is. And since we'd like to meet her husband anyway, what better person than to pick her out? And here is Gordon Ray. And Gordon and Barbara, it's lovely to see you're a lovely couple. How is your process of adoption going? Any time limit on this? When do they predict that you're going to be able to adopt a child?
After all the publicity we got through our home study, and now we're just in the process of waiting for a placement, which could be any time.
They don't tell you exactly what it's going to be,
No.
a few months, so you just have to kind of wait it out.
Right.
Let's right now find out who our imposters are. Number 2, you got 2 votes. Could you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
I'm Davia Wallace, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the National Association to Aid Fat Americans. It's a nationwide organization that fights size discrimination, and I have 3 children.
All right. And number 3, you also got 2 votes. You did very well. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
Yes, my name is Candy Wales, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and Cape Cod, and I am a professional model and director of Big Beauties in New York and Boston.
Once again, panel, you have been skunked by a team of challengers. You have got 4 I will rub it in. You've got 4 incorrect votes, giving you $500. I wish you all great success. Thanks for playing our game, and we'll see 2 of you on one-on-one very shortly. And we will be back in just a little while. Not too long. We are back, and let's meet our next team of challengers, panel.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Fred Kelly.
Number 2.
My name is Fred Kelly.
And number 3.
My name is Fred Kelly.
All right, panel, once again, would you please follow along as I read this affidavit? I, Fred Kelly, have been an actor on Broadway and in films, and worked as a producer, director, choreographer, and college professor. But what I've always done and love to do best is dance. Last year, in fact, I was elected to the Dancers Hall of Fame at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. I was the first to bring the mambo to America, More recently, I introduced the karate hustle and disco tap dancing on roller skates. I also run a dance studio where students as young as 4 can learn all the performing skills that I was taught as a kid. You see, I was raised in a showbiz family, the very same family that produced my more famous brother, Gene Kelly. Signed, Fred Kelly. Okay, panel, these 3 people all claim to be Gene Kelly's brother, Fred, and let's start the questioning with Sally Ann Howes.
Oh, thank you. Number 1, could you tell me when should a child start to study ballet seriously? What age would you recommend?
Well, everybody has a different opinion. I think that most people start too young. I don't think they should start before they're about 11.
11. And number 2, could you answer that question for me?
Well, yes, I think they can start at a much early age. We have at our dance school children at 4.
Ballet, I mean.
Ballet
at 4. Yes. And number 3, could you answer that for me, too?
7 is the best age.
7, I see. Thank you. Number 1, could you tell me who Isadora Duncan's partner was?
Oh, that's way before my time.
Oh, I know it is. But number 2, could you?
I don't know.
Number 3?
I really don't know.
No? Oh, I see.
We go to Rex Reed.
It's that moment, folks. I know Fred Kelly and love him very much, and I love his brother Gene, and I've seen them both dance together, and I know who it is.
So you are
I have to disqualify myself.
Okay, we move along to Stephanie Cook.
So I have that much less time to think. All right. Number 3, what is the hoofers? What does that mean to you?
Hoofers, that's a form of tap dancing.
Number 2, do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Number 1, does that what the hoofers means to you?
It's a tap dancer. It could even be a chorus girl. Someone who dances in a chorus would be a hoofer.
Number 1, how many dancers are there in the Dancers Hall of Fame?
How many dancers?
Dancers are there named in the Dancers Hall of Fame at the Smithsonian?
70.
70. Number 3, the karate hustle. Where did you get that idea from?
Watching John Travolta, a student of mine, and seeing the disco take off.
And we go to Gene Rayburn.
Yes, number 3, tell us more about the karate hustle. I mean, you actually use karate movements with your hands and all that?
Yeah, it's based on a mixture of karate and on hustle, disco moves.
Number 2, did Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire ever make a picture together?
Yes, they did.
Do you know which one it was?
I can't remember the name right now.
Number 1, what year did your brother do Singing in the Rain?
It was 1958.
And number 3, did you ever do vaudeville?
Oh, yes. We started out in vaudeville.
And did you ever work with your brother?
At the beginning, yes.
And what places in New York City did you play in?
We never worked together in New York. I replaced him on a show in New York.
That bell says time's up, panel. Now it's time to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3. Whoever, in your opinion, is the real Fred Kelly. We pay $100 for each incorrect vote, and 4 incorrect votes will give our team of challengers $500. Are the ballots all marked? Sally Ann, for whom did you vote?
Oh, dear, I found it very difficult. I was always brought up regarding dancing that you really don't start a child in ballet until 1, and so I got rather hooked on that answer, which number 1 gave me.
And Stephanie, who did you vote for?
Well, everybody ought to know that Isadora Duncan had no partner, for one thing, but beyond that, I thought 1 and 2 did not know enough about dancing, and 3 did, and I still want to see that karate hustle, so I voted for 3.
You may not today, Stephanie. And Gene, who did you vote for?
I voted for number 3 because I detect a faint family resemblance in number 3, and that's why I voted for him.
Okay, the votes are all in. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Will the real Fred Kelly please put on your tap shoes and stand up?
You haven't changed a bit, Fred. Still look great.
It's nice to have you here. You did, in fact, do quite a few shows with Gene, didn't you, over the years?
I replaced Gene in 3 different shows. Time of Your Life, after he left to go into Pal Joey, was the first show on Broadway to ever win the Pulitzer Prize and the Critics Circle Award.
Marvelous. We have an incredible picture, which I hope you can describe.
Then we worked together on Best Foot Forward. And
what is this show, Fred?
This was a rehearsal shot at MGM. I did a film with him called Deep in My Heart, 1954, wow. Rex.
And the song was called I Love to Go Swimming with Women, right?
Oh, you were right.
Well, it's a great pleasure to have you on the show, and let's find out who our imposters are. Number 1, you got 1 vote. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
Yes, my name is Dixie Bellin. I'm an automobile buyer for SNL Auto Wholesalers.
And number 2, you bear a faint resemblance to Gene Kelly, too. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is Jerry Connolly, and I'm a textile account executive in New York.
Okay, there was 1 incorrect vote and 1 disqualification, which counts for another vote, giving our team of challengers 2 incorrect votes at $100 each, $200 to have a, whatever, bottle of wine, nice meal, a jug of wine. Thanks for joining us on our game. See 2 of you on one-on-one. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Time to play one-on-one panel, and here are 4 people that you have met before. Now, panel, you remember Davia and Candy, who pretended to be Barbara Ware, and Dixie and Jerome, who pretended to be Fred Kelly. Now, you've met these people before, but there is one fact about one of them that you don't know, because we have withheld it from you until this very moment. One of these 4 people won $1 million in a lottery. It's up to you to find out which one. And here's how you will go about it. And forget looking at the suits and the ties, just question. You will each have 20 seconds to question the person sitting directly opposite you. At the end of that time, you'll be asked to cast your vote right there and then as to whether that person is the $1 million winner. Once again, we pay a paltry $100 after $1 million for each incorrect vote, and 4 incorrect votes will give our team of challengers $500. Sally-Ann, are you ready to question Davia one-on-one?
Nope. Yes, of course I am.
Then start now.
Yes. Can you tell me, can you remember the number of your ticket?
Oh, no.
You can't, I see. Did you have to pay taxes?
Yes, unfortunately.
You did. How much?
It's every year it's a different amount because it's based on also what you're earning during that time.
I see. Did you buy something immediately?
Yes.
Can I ask what it is?
Sally-Ann, did Davia win the $1 million? Yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
It's a no for Davia.
No.
And Gene, are you ready to question Candy one-on-one?
Indeed I am, yes. Candy, where did you win this? In what state?
Massachusetts.
Does Massachusetts have a state lottery?
Oh, yes, it does.
And what part of Massachusetts is Dennis in?
It's in Cape Cod.
Yes. And how much did you win?
I won $1 million.
I mean, after taxes.
Well, I tell you, I get $52,000 a year. As far as the taxes go, my accountant takes care of that.
Gene, did Candy win the $1 million? Yes or no?
I'll say yes.
We have a yes for Candy. And Stephanie, are you ready to question Dixie one-on-one?
Yes.
Then hit it.
Okay. What state was your lottery in, Dixie?
New York State.
Which lottery was it?
It was the instant one that you rub off.
The rub-off?
Oh, sure.
And do you remember how many numbers were there on that you had to rub off?
There weren't any numbers. There was a jackpot. There were 9 jackpots on it, and that made you win the in the final drawing, and then my name was selected.
What have you done with your money?
Stephanie, did Dixie win the money? You'll never know. Yes or no?
No.
A no for Dixie. Rex, are you ready to question
Yes,
Jerome
yes,
one-on-one?
I am.
Then hit it.
Jerry, what state was this in that you won?
New York State.
And how did you find out you had won?
Well, you go, you're called into the Roseland Ballroom where they have 142 people. From there, they draw out. In other words, you're a winner of $5,000 right away.
Oh, you don't read in the newspaper, then, that your number has come up?
You know that you're in the finals as soon as you rub off.
Did Jerome win the $1 million, Rex? Yes or no?
I think so.
We have a yes
Yeah.
for Jerome.
Looks
Okay,
like a man who's got $1 million. I don't know.
The decisions have been made, and now it's time to tell the truth. Will the real lottery winner,
I never heard of Roseland
please,
Ball.
lend me a no, stand up.
That sounds funny. Oh!
Dixie, $1 million is an amazing amount of money. What was the first reaction when you first found out you'd won? Did you faint? Did you
No,
scream?
Mike Douglas, if I can use his name on his network, was the celebrity that selected my name or my number in this particular case. And he said, "I never seen anybody so cool." He kept pushing me off the stage. He thought I was a security guard.
Well, there were 3 incorrect votes, giving you $300. Dixie, I'm sure you'll give it to the other panelists and not keep any for yourself.
Thank you for working for minimum now.
Thank you for playing one-on-one, and enjoy. And we'll be right back, folks. Panel, that's all the time we had, I'm afraid, and it's been a great pleasure. I hope we can do this again very soon. And thank you for joining us, everybody, on To Tell the Truth.
Today's imposters will receive peerless, washerless faucets. Easy to install and dependable. Every faucet comes with complete written and recorded instructions for trouble-free do-it-yourself installation. And discover new improved Wella shampoo in 3 different formulas to clean, condition, and help repair split ends. Wella, a name you can trust. And a Fisher-Price movie viewer theater. Your child can see his favorite Walt Disney color cartoons on interchangeable cartridges. It has its own viewing screen and can project on the wall. Also from LaChoy. Make your meals swing American with these fine LaChoy canned and frozen products. This is Alan Calder speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Conspiring to form a more convincing lie? You won't want to miss To Tell the Truth with Gordon Elliott, followed by Truth with Lynn Swan, and then Alex Trebek, only on Game Show Network.
It's TV's hottest game show. Contestants get a chance to win the kind of money and prizes that gamblers dream about. It's the Joker's Wild, a fast-paced half hour of fun and excitement with Quizmaster Jack Barry handing out the money. Don't miss the thrills and suspense every weekday afternoon at 4 here on Channel 7, proud as a peacock. Join the fun and excitement as contestants win thousands of dollars in cash and prizes on the new Tic-Tac-Dough. Host Week Martindale is on hand to ask the questions as the players match wits and luck to register their X's and O's on the huge electronic game board. Pure enjoyment is your bonus on Tic-Tac-Dough. Weeknights at 7:30 here on Channel 7. Proud as a peacock.
This man walks into millions of homes every day.
Being on Channel 4 in New York is a significant professional achievement for me. We benefit from the fact that nobody else is doing what we do. One of the nice things about having your own talk show is you get your own library. Everybody who writes a book wants to be on our show.
So do people who don't write books.
I would have quit work to come and see him.
I didn't plant them. I'm real good at picking them, though.
The Pick of the Morning. Donahue, weekdays at 9.
I'd come to see you if you had a show.
Hey, let's hear it for Family Feud. Family Feud now, 5 nights every week.
Well, I've been waiting for that.
5 times more feuding.
We will play.
5 times more fighting.
We're in a hurry, aren't we?
5 times more fun. You gotta go to the bathroom? And 5 times more excitement.
And it's America's most popular game show starring Richard Dawson tonight at 7:30 here on Channel 4.
Here is what you're going to be seeing tomorrow on my other YouTube channel.
This is the 8th day of a very special tournament, and these are the 2 remaining players. One of them will win $100,000 in cash. Both of them are over 80 years of age. And it's all happening on Tic-Tac-Toe.
$100,000 in cash on Tic-Tac-Toe. Oh, yeah. Tune for the dough. Tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. We started out with 8 players,
7
each of whom was over 80 years of age, and now we're down to 2. We're in the middle of the finals, and whoever wins the next game wins the $100,000 cash prize. Jay, will you please introduce our 2 contenders, please?
I certainly will. Wink, she was a professor of history at Florida University. Her interests are flowers, plants, and landscaping. Her age is 96. Meet Dr. Reba Kelly. And this finalist has worked as an actress, singer, and dancer. Her interests are oil painting, writing poetry, composing music, and swimming. Her age is 83. Meet Miss Bobby Tremaine.
You know, I've gotten in such a habit of doing this, I wouldn't know how to start the game any other way. So if you'll just give me a kiss. I want a hug and a kiss. A kiss is no longer good. That's enough, Reba.
Stop. You know
I love it. I may frown, but I love it. How you doing, love?
I'm hoping I'm all right.
I think you're going to be fine. Reba, how you feel?
Just fine.
Where did you get your degree? It's something I've never asked you since you've been on the show.
I got my simple degree from Missouri University.
When, sweetheart?
In 1901. Missouri University is now just like it was. And when I went to school, it looked
on my YouTube channel.
The memorial column
Tomorrow
were a
morning
result of the
at
Civil
8 a.m.
War,
Eastern.
and she still
No,
looks
at 10
just
a.m.
like
Eastern.
In other words,
7 a.m. Pacific.
In other words, there hadn't been a heck of a lot of change.
No, there hasn't. Same land grant, a few modern buildings, but you wouldn't know it.
Now, let me tell you something. You better cool it a little bit because you never will be able to go back on that campus again.
I just might.
When did you become interested in flowers? I know that is your main love.
I have been a dirt dauber all my life.
What is a dirt dauber?
Missouri clay never goes back on you, and my specialty is roses. And if you want a good rose, you got to strengthen the stem. So you strengthen the stem and get a great big blossom. Most of the roses are he's, all the good roses, reds and roses. The white ones, and the yellow ones are that's all.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. But I thought maybe there's just a little matter of $100,000 that I thought we might get on to.
Yeah, I know it, but dirt daubing, you picked the wrong
Oh, if you're not through, go right ahead. I'll wait for you. You know, I'm just here to kind of move things along, you understand? Bless your sweetheart. Nice to see you back again. Hello there, Bobby.
Oh, hello.
Sometimes she goes on for... She's getting carried away, too. Didn't mean to lull you off to sleep there. Any boyfriends? We've never talked about that subject with you.
Well, not boyfriends. I have men friends.
All right, what's the difference between a boyfriend and a man
Well,
friend?
they're beautiful people who are sincere and no hanky-panky.
Excuse me.
Oh, kind of amorous fooling around.
I just asked her what hanky-panky. I've never heard of that expression before. Do you still dance? You're a marvelous dancer.
Oh, I love to dance, and I tap dance while I play the tuba for laughs.
The tuba? Can you see that, folks? Where do you get the wind to blow a tuba? Those are huge.
Oh, well, dancing and swimming. If you swim, you got to have wind. You know that.
Yeah. It's nice to see you back here again.
Thank you.
You two have been delightful. You ready to get on to that money?
She's lovely to play with.
She sure is. You know, they're the best of friends, and they're coming out here fighting. I mean that in a kind way. You know something? Neither one of you look very ferocious. The prize is $50,000 cash for the winner and $50,000 cash for the winner's charity. The loser will receive $5,000 in cash. And in just a few moments, we will resume playing the crucial game for $100,000.
Up for grabs tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.